Early forestry in the 1790s focused on the kahikatea groves that Captain James Cook had explored. When that timber proved useless for ship spars because the wood rotted quickly, the activity turned to kauri and totara, which covered the hills. These timbers were ideal for shipbuilding, building and furniture, and were exported to Australia, Britain, and the US. Kauri was prized for masts and spars because it grows to an immense height before branching. Thames lies on 37 degrees south, at the southern edge of where kauri grows in New Zealand. The Coromandel Peninsula's steep terrain made it difficult to get felled timber down to the coast. Bullock teams were used where a track could be cut. In valleys such as the Kauaeranga, a driving dam would be built across a stream where the trees were felled. The logs were floated behind the dam until enough water had built up. Then the dam was tripped and the logs were carried down to the river mouth. Here they were gathered together into a floating boom, which could be towed to a sawmill. In the late 20th century, tree felling in virgin kauri forests was halted, and New Zealand government-owned forests are now legally protected. Kauri gum is the tree's fossilized resin. It seeps out of any damaged part of the trunk, such as cracks in the bark or a broken branch. Lumps fall to the ground and over time were covered by soil or sand. Even if it was several meters underground, an experienced gum digger could judge whether his spear had touched a lump of gum, a stone, or a piece of wood. This meant he avoided a lot of unproductive digging. Blacksmiths, saw doctors, and carpenters were amongst the many trades that flourished in building a settlement here. The first gold diggers set up a tent town, but soon moved to permanent lodgings. Rudimentary shacks gave way to more comfortable miners' cottage. Many of these are still standing, along with some larger building, notably former pubs. Schools, shops, churches, government buildings, and the hospital were all constructed with local timber. A blacksmith occupied the land the museum stands on today. At the south end of Pollen Street, Reed Brothers Hardware, established in 1867, still serves the people of our district. On a walk around town, you can admire the decorative fretwork, finials, and door and window mouldings, which would have been made with the tools on display here. At 712 Pollen Street, you can still see the sign for J. H. Batson and Sons Limited, Plumbers, established 1890, closed 2012. The Kauaeranga Valley today is home to lifestyle blocks, an entertainment venue at the Village Hall, and the Dock Visitor Centre, where trampers set off into the ranges. In the past, it was a bustling hub of logging, gum digging, and farming. Our display includes a tableau of rural pioneer women carved by the Reverend Thomas during his time at St. James's Church, as well as Ted Egan's model and Jocelyn Bertrand's painting of the Kauaeranga Valley Hotel. In the background of the painting are the century-old Devasich farmstead buildings, many of which are still standing.